floor at this championship. Not so long ago we were ecstatic about the first double-tucked somersaults. It seems only a decade ago, but just squeezing into the nines with all that fantastic tumbling.
From the judges' bench, just one other note on the British team. The women's chair, Lynn Fairbrother, saying that the gymnasts did as well as they possibly could, and she pays tribute to Adrian Stan, Zoltan Jordanov and Corina Morosan, who've done excellent work in stabilizing the team.
Yes, Adrian Stan from Romania has certainly been a great creator of the British standard. All British gymnastics extremely grateful to his input. And what a big start, full in, full out. That's 2 somersaults and 2 twists. Nice combination there, double spin with the leg at horizontal into double twisting tuck jump. Well, it was intended to be double twisting tuck jump, it wasn't quite round.
She's got the crowd going.
2.5 twist into straight front.
Talk about the artistic content, plenty of that in this routine.
Another double spin. But not too dramatic on that 1.5 twisting Catley. Good mood change to the music. Very interesting to see all of the different styles and interpretations. It's very important that the gymnasts choose music to suit them. And I think that Tabitha is working extremely well in interpreting her selection excellently. Big tumble coming up, double pike, and stepping out of the area and losing a 10th, as so many of them do. Of course, the standard of work that the girls are producing now is such that the power required for some of these movements, one wonders whether the floor area will be extended at some future point. It's been a 12-meter square area since before the innovation of double somersaults, and the size of the floor area hasn't changed. The height of the vault has, the texture of the beam has, the springboards have changed, the bars, both the fabric, the wood, no longer present, but aluminium and fiberglass. The floor is very, very sprung, but it seems to me that the requirements perhaps demand a larger area. Could that be the next thing?
So Tasha awaiting the judges' verdict now on her floor routine, and certainly a great performance in terms of the energy and the artistry. What about the gymnastic content? We'll see any second now. This is the 3rd rotation out of 4, don't forget. They've got one more set of exercises, and next they'll be moving to the vault on that 4th and final rotation. Tabitha Yim will be back there again, so will Ashley Miles. 9.350 then for Tasha Schweikert. And, well, that's not a bad threesome. Ashley Miles might have hoped for a little bit better on the floor, but the other two putting in a 9.4 and 9.3 as we move on to the Romanian challenge.
Carmen Iliescu on beam. And this is really where it all matters. An unforgiving piece of apparatus. Certainly the bogey of women's gymnastics. Full twisting W jump, and here too they have some special requirements. That pirouette on one leg, one of them. The maximum time of the routine is 1 minute and 30 seconds. But there's no minimum time, so the faster they can move and the more they can cram into their routine, providing they fulfill the requirements, that's fine by the judges. Aerial walkover into a Cheng, which is a tucked, flick-flacked chest roll. Needless to say, innovated by Cheng, the Chinese gymnast. Back in the 80s. Side somersault, and this really is full of difficulty. the hardest piece of apparatus, because nerves make the heart rate rise and makes the adrenaline flow, and to harness the flow of adrenaline, to harness the nerves, to keep calm, to breathe evenly, is very, very difficult. In short, to control the nerves. And she did, finishing with a triple twist. Threw everything at the judges, everything she could. Here, flick-flack into full twisting back somersault. She had side somersault, aerial walkover into Cheng, which we're seeing here, into the chest roll.
Some breathtaking stuff from the Romanian athlete here, and don't forget the Romanians were the best in qualification, but they've slipped back halfway through this competition behind the Russians after 2 rotations. But you can bet your life these Romanians will fight right to the end. They have been world champions 5 times already, in 87, 94, 95, 97 and 99, and they are the Olympic champions.
Yes, so the credentials are great, and their performance on beam speaks volumes for the attitude of the Romanian camp. They are giving it everything, and to think that that routine only gets a 9.9 start value, it beggars belief.
Extraordinary. Silvia Stroescu.
But if they can put in 3 solid exercises, and it's interesting to see that there's hardly a wobble, let alone a fall. Nice series there, finishing with the Arabian Tinska.
Beautiful. Yes, the Russians slipped up a little bit, and Natalia Zigansheva on the uneven bars, getting just 8.4. So this is a great opportunity for the Romanians to go back to the top.
And unlike most gymnasts, we are seeing a Romanian gymnast whose flexibility is extremely poor. Whilst I am not in a position to judge the gymnasts, it is my job to make observations, and one of the observations I make on this particular gymnast is that her flexibility is such that
now, if you had her down on the south coast in your gym, what would you be doing to improve the flexibility of this girl then, huh?
I'll put her on a flexibility program to work on the hamstrings, which are obviously inadequate, and her ballistic flexibility. In other words, when she throws her legs, that's fine, but her strength in range, where she has to actually lift the leg, the hamstring is so weak that as you see in mid-flight, see this, the bend of the knees, and coming into the floor on the landings, the quadricep is short, so she's having to bend that knee. And one wonders how strict the judges are. We're talking about a new code, and we're talking about improving the quality of the sport. I'm not saying this isn't brilliant gymnastics, but it's not perfect gymnastics. And the rule book says that if you bend your knees slightly, you lose 0.05. It'll be interesting to see if these marks are actually going to be taken away from the world champion team.
Smiling, she obviously hasn't heard you.
But Octavian Ballou will know that that gymnast lacks in flexibility. All the time he'll be encouraging her to improve it. And if he puts her on the podium and she gets high marks for exercises with bent legs all the way through, 9.4 out of 9.8.
So she gets better marks than her teammate Carmen Ionescu did. One interesting note here as Andrea Raducan comes up for her performance is that Sabina Koyoka is not up here on the beam, although she's made it to the apparatus finals as an individual.
Well, possibly they're saving her for that.
But it seems curious in the sense that it might cost them the gold medal here in the team event. They obviously have great faith in the other